Hi foodies, tonight's meal is chicken tikka masala, not to be confused with chicken marsala. What is it? Well, it's not true Indian food. It's actually invented in Glasgow, the UK, because they love curry there. So don't talk to me about authentic. It's not authentic because it's not really from India, but it's been borrowed from Indian food. If you recall my butter chicken recipe, I'll link it down below. It has a lot of the same spices. In fact, a lot of people think it's almost the same dish. There's some subtle differences though, so we'll go over that. I'm using the Garam Masala, which is a curry that I've discussed before with the butter chicken. I found the red Kashmiri Chili powder. It's difficult to find if you're in the suburbs, so just order it off of Amazon like I did. It didn't cost very much at all. It is a very mild heat and it imparts all that beautiful color. And it's widely used in Indian cooking. So I also have some curry powder. I believe it's Madras curry I'm using, paprika, coriander, turmeric, and cumin. Oof, a lot of spices. Oh, and of course, salt and pepper. We're going to be using heavy cream. I'm using boneless, skinless chicken thighs, lemon juice, plain Greek yogurt, passata. If you can't find that in your Italian section, go ahead and just use regular tomato sauce, but it's basically a tomato sauce. Water, ginger root, diced onion, and the ginger root is going to go with these garlic cloves. I've got about 35 in there in my food processor to make a ginger garlic paste. But if you don't have the time, you don't have a food processor, you can go ahead and cheat and buy the ginger paste. They also have a garlic one. It's found in the produce section at your grocery store. I've got some butter that is soft for my naan bread to spread on that when that's ready. So let's get to this. We're going to start with the marinade. And I'm going to slice up my chicken to fit on a kebab. So I want to do about 1-inch chunks. But see all that fat there? I really don't want that on there for this particular dish. Now if I was just grilling these, I'd probably leave it on there because, you know, fat equals flavor. So I'm just removing that and then making the chunks to put on the kebab because we are going to be grilling this chicken. So let's get to the marinade again. The ingredients for that is the yogurt. Again, I made this in my Instant Pot, but go ahead and buy it at the store. Some lemon juice. I'm going to be using the cumin, the chili powder, the Garam Masala, that's the turmeric, or no, I'm sorry, that's the curry powder. And again, in the description, and some salt. In the description box below, I will have the exact recipe written down for you. And we're just going to mix all that up so we can then pour it over our chicken. And of course, you want to let it marinate overnight if possible, but if you're pressed for time, at least a minimum of 2 hours will be just fine. And if you're using the chicken thighs, it's a tender enough chicken that you don't have to worry so much about it being tenderized. But if you're going to be using chicken breast, then yeah, you're definitely going to want this to marinate. The longer the better. So now I'm just going to mix it in and I'm going to cover it and refrigerate it we ended up doing it for about 4 hours. I've got some rice going in the Instant Pot for JR because he loves rice. And now I've put my chicken on the kebab skewers. I prefer the metal over the wood just because I don't want to soak the wood. It's just, I don't know. If you don't have skewers and you don't have a barbecue, you can still make this dish utilizing a roasting pan as you see here. If you do have skewers, you can do it just like this, or you can just put it right there on the wire rack that I just pointed to. So now I've got mine going on the grill, and I'll put that also in the recipe below on how to do it in the oven in case you don't have access to the barbecue. So we're going to let those cook until they look beautifully golden brown. If they're not completely cooked all the way through, that's okay because the chicken will cook up in the sauce some more. I've got a little herb garden going, so I'm just going to pick some cilantro for my garnish of this dish. Now I'm using avocado oil. You can use any veggie oil you'd like. And we're going to saute the onion along with the garlic ginger paste. Mine didn't turn out all that pasty. I don't know why, what I did wrong. I think, I don't know. but it's still delicious. I don't even care. So I'm just going to mix that up. And now I'm going to start adding my spices. So that was the turmeric. That was probably the coriander. Chicken masala. There was some black pepper. You always want to use that with turmeric. Oh my goodness, I'm going so fast. The chili powder, the paprika, the garam masala. So again, look at the link below. You'll have to go on your computer, your phone, or your tablet for that. If you are watching on your TV, unfortunately, you can't see the recipe. Now I've just added the passata, and I'm going to take some water and just rinse out my measuring cup and get all the last of the tomato out of there, and just stir this up, and we're going to let this simmer for about 10 minutes or so before we start adding the chicken. And now I'm going to take the chicken off the kebab. The chicken, especially if you're using the thighs, it becomes very tender, very juicy, and sometimes it can slip off. So be sure that you put the kebabs on a tray or something just in case the chicken does fall off. And so now I just mixed it all in, and I'm going to let this cook probably for about another 10 minutes or so until it comes to a nice little simmer. You definitely want to keep stirring it to make sure it doesn't boil and stick to the bottom. And now, of course, the final touch is we're going to add the heavy cream. If you're dairy free, you can go ahead and use coconut milk or a dairy substitute if you'd like. You can also substitute the chicken for paneer cheese or even queso fresco that you fried up. There's all kinds of different creative ideas you can probably come up with for this sauce, because the sauce is just amazing. So we let that cook for about another 5-10 minutes. Again, I'm serving JRs over some basmati rice with our garlic naan bread that I have slathered with warm butter because I love butter. You can also initially cook the onion and stuff in ghee if you have it. I'm having mine with just broccoli. I'm not having any rice. And there you have it. You guys have to try this. It is so delicious. It's right in the same family as butter chicken, so if you like that, you'll love this. You can make it spicier with cayenne or sriracha.